Hi everybody, this is Peter with Boy Scouts, and in today's module we're going to be talking about the adult application and the important parts of it. So hopefully we can make this module quick, easy, and clarify some areas that you might have questions about, because we've had some feedback and so we wanted to address those. So just to start off on the adult application, just to preface why the adult application is important, if you are a new member of Scouting, we have to make sure that you are qualified under the criteria of the Boy Scouts to be a active volunteer in a leader role. So please make sure to fill out this application at the start of Scouting. If you don't have one, you can always get it from your Scoutmaster, your unit commissioner, which is assigned to each unit, or you can stop by the council office, open from Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 5, and we do have it. We do have applications there. So just to start off, and one other thing before I forget, make sure to keep a copy of this adult application for your records, and have someone in your unit who keeps copies of your adult and youth applications. If there is someone not actively keeping track of these applications, please contact your unit leader and let them know that that is a necessary function of the unit and they need to have that. Because when recharters come up for the next year, that's the annual renewal for the unit with the chartered organization, it's always good to have extra copies of those on file for your records. So it just makes the process go much more smoothly. So just letting you know about that. Okay, so anyway, as I said before, let's get started. So we're just going to go through this really quickly, and so we'll go from there. So to start off, Boy Scouts is going to give you a lot of information from the start. A lot of this is going to be a little bit overwhelming for your eyes, but please, we're going to get through it together, and I'm going to show you what you need to know. So first of all, we're going to start off the mission of Boy Scouts. Again, on the top of the page, it's going to talk about the mission, the Scout Oath, the Scout Law, areas that are very complementary and really kind of give a clear vision about what Scouting is about. And so it starts off there. We're going to scroll down. It's going to ask you, it's going to tell you that by completing this application, you're going to take a criminal background check, or have a criminal background check. So that's that area, and then youth protection training. All applicants, you know what, it says 30 days here for registering. I would do it as soon as possible. As soon as you can, make sure to take your youth protection training. Boy Scouts is looking for people with good character, and we're also looking for people that have been properly trained with youth. So this youth protection training, which I showed in one of my last modules of how to register for it, please look at that, but please take this training on myscouting.org as soon as you can. If you have any questions, again, refer back to the last module that we created, and we'll walk you through how to do that. We'll move on to the next page here. Again, a lot of content for your eyes to see, so don't get overwhelmed. It goes into some of the details. These are things you can refer back to if you have any questions. Purpose of Boy Scouts of America, excerpts from Declaration of Religious Principles, approval required. So this kind of gives you kind of a headline of the different approvals, and then it just kind of goes into much more detail. Some areas you want to really focus on for the rest of the application is the fee structure here. This is the fee structure for registering, and it's actually lined up pretty simply. Again, there's 12 months in the year, 1 through 12, as you can see, and then this corresponding month has the corresponding fee. So, for example, if you registered in December, which would be the 12th month, it corresponds with $24. So you would be paying a $24 registration fee. Now, if you wanted to get Boys Life, a great magazine which you can read, but it is optional to get, that would be $12 if you wanted to register for Boys Life. Again, next to the fee structure are the unit position codes. These give the positions for each unit, and they give a corresponding code next to it. The reason I'm bringing this up is because later on, the application is going to actually ask for your unit position and your unit position code. So you want to make sure you kind of keep this in the back of your mind, and you know where to go back to refer to it. And the same goes for the registration. It's actually going to ask you for your registration fee, and so you want to make sure you have that resonating or marinating. So we're going to move past that. Again, there's going to be a signed consent form. This is going to be on one of the back pages. Make sure to read and the disclosure/authorization form and fill this out. I can't tell you how many people tend to forget this step, but again, all the fields and for Boy Scouts have to be filled out for you to register in Scouting. So please fill this information out, put your signature, date, your unit number. For example, if you're a member of Pack 50 or Troop 50, or if whatever unit you are a part of, make sure to put in your unit number there. Getting into the main application itself, please put your unit identifier, that is towards the top of the page, whether you are a Cub Scout pack, a Boy Scout troop, a varsity team, a venturing crew, or a Sea Scout ship, and then put the unit number next to the unit identifier. So if you are a member of Pack 50, you would bubble in pack, and then you would put in 50 here. The reason why this is important is because we have a lot of different units within the council, and it's very difficult for the council to identify what unit is corresponded with the type of units. So for example, if let's say you put 20 in this field, that could refer to Crew 20, that could refer to Team 20, that could refer to Pack 20, or that could refer to, so there's a lot of different areas. So we try, it's good to be as specific as possible when you're identifying what unit you're with. And so we're going to move over to council or district position and district name. If you're applying for a council or district position on, like, let's say, for example, the district committee, this is an area that you want to fill out as well. And we're going to move down here. So if you are a new leader or former leader, again, you're going to fill out this section. If you have someone who has an unexpired membership certificate, if they're coming from a different council and they have registered with Scouting, make sure they fill in this field as well. Below that, all this information is pretty basic in itself. Anything you would see on a application, it's going to ask for your first name, middle name, last name, country, mailing address, state, zip code, home phone number. In the phone number section, make sure to fill in all three fields. If you can't do that for some reason, then make sure to have one phone number fill in those three fields. Ideally, we would like to have all your contact phone numbers, but if you cannot provide those, or for example, maybe you only have one phone number, please fill that phone number in all three. In date of birth, you want to fill out your date of birth, ethnic background, driver's license, gender, yes, social security number is required, occupation, employer, country, business address, state, zip code, position code. Again, that position code is what we spoke about earlier. That make sure to have that in the back of your mind of where to refer back to that. Again, you can refer back to this section, which has the unit position codes on the back. So make sure to look at that when it asks for that question. And in that same section, it's going to help you fill out the registration fee and the Boys Life fee as well. So these areas and the position code, make sure to refer back to that heading, that reference. Are you an Eagle Scout? This area is important because we have a National Eagle Scout Association, which is called NISA. And so you can actually, if you are an Eagle Scout, I would always, put yes and put the date that you received your Eagle. It's a great award to have received, and you have a great alumni network with that. So make sure to fill that in as well. Email address. This day and age, email is the best way to get in contact with people. So please fill out this section. And then Boys Life subscription, again, a great read. It is optional, but if you are getting Boys Life, make sure to fill in that bubble. Signatures for the application. Please read and sign the consent agreement. Sign and date that. And then next to that, you're going to have the approvals from your unit scouters. This is going to include your unit committee chairman, that parent who's on your unit committee and is the chairman. I mean, it sounds kind of redundant, but please fill this. Please have them fill this section out and date it. Below that, signature of your chartered organization rep. That is the chartered organization rep is the member who it's the institution, or it's the head of the institution or the representative of the institution that you are chartered with. So for example, if your unit is chartered with, let's say, a church, you want to get the signature of your chartered organization rep or head from that church, and they're going to sign here and date. And once you have those two signatures, then the scout executive or the district executive or designee can fill out and sign this field, and they can sign this field as well. Again, as I said before, just don't forget these areas below: registration fee and Boys Life subscription. Make sure to fill the necessary fields out there. On the right-hand side, this is all your reference information. This is very, very important. This is a top priority, so make sure this is all filled out. It's going to give your scouting background, experience working with youth, previous residences, current membership, and then it's going to give your going back to 4, current membership in religious and community, business, labor, or professional organizations. So please input that information. And then on 5, make sure to put in your references. You do have to have 3 references in this field, contact information, who have seen your involvement or who can vouch for your involvement with youth and in regards to your character. So make sure that area is filled out in full. Again, below that, it's going to ask for various information about your background. That is also required as well. And that's it. That is all the application is. I know it actually probably seems like a lot now that I've gone over it with you. But really, most applications this day and age, especially if you're working with youth, are going to be asking for a lot of background information. And they just want to make sure that you're an upstanding person, that you have good character, and that you've worked with youth before, and you're in good shape. So please make sure to look over this. If you have any questions, you can always contact your district commissioner or your unit commissioner, which is assigned to each unit, and they can help you filling out the application if you have any questions. Or you can, your first person I would contact would be your scoutmaster, because they understand these applications. They do them all the time with youth and adults, and so they are a great person, a great reference to reach out to. And that's all I have. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll have some more training videos to help give you the ins and outs of the application itself. And this is just a demonstration to help you kind of, gain some more insight into it. Thanks. Bye-bye.